Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Indeed, all praise is for Allah. We praise Him, seek His assistance, and seek His forgiveness. We seek refuge in Allah from the evil promptings of our souls and from our evil actions. Whosoever Allah guides, none can misguide, and whosoever Allah leaves astray, none can guide aright. I testify that none have the right to be worshipped except Allah alone, having no partner. And I testify that Muhammad, may Allah exalt his mention, is his slave and his messenger. Inshallah, we are going to speak more about monotheism or Tawhid. Monotheism actually is highly needed to be known because Allah Jalla wa Ala has made it the greatest grace from Allah. Tawhid or monotheism is to make Allah Jalla wa Ala alone has the full right to be worshipped, and that worship He and none but Him the only deserve. None but Him deserve to be worshipped. So this means that we have to know that Allah Jalla wa Ala made it mandatory for each slave to know and to believe in and to be quite sure that none resembles Allah Jalla wa Ala in His lordship or in His uluhiyya, being the only God to be worshipped. And He is unique also in His names, attributes, and deeds. And the slave should be sure and tell that to himself first and behave accordingly, that Allah Jalla wa Ala is the only unique Lord, the owner of the whole universe and the king of everything, and He is the creator alone, and He has no partner in creation in the whole universe. Knowing that comes from the fact that Allah Jalla wa Ala is the only who deserve worship, and He deserves to be unique and not shared by any, and other than Him is considered untrue, and not accepted. It is not acceptable to worship other than Allah Jalla wa Ala Almighty, because none but Him has the right for that. None has the right for that. What is that right? That right is the fact that He, Jalla wa Ala, is unique in all His deeds, unique in all His names, unique in all His attributes, unique in everything related to Him, and everything related to Him is characterized by being perfect. totally away from any defect or anything away from being perfect. He has the full, most beautiful names, attributes, and all are telling that he is unique. Allah Jalla wa Ala said it in Surah Yunus 3, ذَلِكُمُ اللَّهُ رَبُّكُمْ فَاعْبُدُوهُ أَفَلَا تَذَكَّرُونَ. That's your own Lord. That is your own Lord. Worship him. Why to worship him? Because he deserves. This is the comprehension of fiqh at-Tawhid, or the comprehension or the understanding, or how to believe in being monotheistic, or in being worshipping Allah alone, sharing with him none. So comes items. These items will make us believe, realize, understand, fully agreeing to take him unique. What are these? These data are: number one, Allah Jalla Jalalu Wahid la Sharika lah. Allah Jalla Jalalu Wahid la Sharika lah. Allah Almighty is one, has no partner, is one. Comes number two, Ahad la Mathila lahu. He is one, none similar to him, about he himself, his essence, his names, his attributes. These are, and his deeds, these are why he is unique. Why to be alone, monotheistic. He Jalla wa Ala is one, has no partner. So comes the question, why? Why is he one and has no partner? He is unique in his essence, names, attributes, deeds. He has no similarity in this. And we are going to say how. He Jalla wa Ala له الملك والخلق والأمر وحده لا شريك له. See with me. See with me. Allah Jalla wa Ala له الملك والخلق والأمر وحده لا شريك له. He Jalla wa Ala is the only who is having the He Jalla wa Ala is the only who is having the full right as a creator, as a king, as one who gives orders. He is giving orders to be known and to be obeyed and to be practiced. Again, to analyze this more and more, Allah Jalla wa Ala is the king and the creator, and he is the master. He is unique in these three. So he is the king, and none and all other than him is the slave of that king. He is the king, others are slaves to that king. He is the Lord, other than him is created by him. He is the creator, other than him is created by him. So Allah Jalla wa Ala is the only king, the only master, the only creator. All other than him is from his order, from his creation, from his command. So he is the one who is giving orders, he is the one who is creating, he is the one, all universe is his, he is the king, the owner, the creator, and who is giving orders, and as a result of that should be obeyed. Allah Jalla wa Ala said in Surah Al-Ikhlas, قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ اللَّهُ الصَّمَدُ لَمْ يَلِدْ وَلَمْ يُولَدْ وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. He is saying in Surah Al-Ikhlas that he is one, unique. He is one and unique. And he is neither neither begotten or give born to any. He is unique and he is one and none with him or resembles him Jalla wa Ala. So again, Allah Jalla wa Ala is saying in Surah Al-Ikhlas, قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ اللَّهُ الصَّمَدُ لَمْ يَلِدْ وَلَمْ يُولَدْ وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. We are going to revise it again because this verse should be known very well, not only by us during praying, but we should learn it, learn the meaning inside it, because it contains the whole issue concerning being monotheistic, and behave accordingly, because he is saying that قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. He is asking Muhammad, may Allah exalt his mention, to know that and to tell other about it, that Allah Jalla wa Ala is one, and Allah Jalla wa Ala is As-Samad, and the As-Samad is the self-sufficient master. Self-sufficient, he can care with himself and care with others. He isn't in need of any. And one of the meanings of As-Samad is that he isn't in need to eat or to drink. He is not like other creatures. And he emphasizes that by telling لم يلد ولم يولد. So neither he begets not, nor was he begotten. He Jalla wa Ala neither begets not, yani he didn't beget to any, nor he was begotten. And the result of that is that he is unique, and he Jalla wa Ala is non-co-equal or comparable with any. Being unique, how this can be understood properly, to analyze everything, to say that Allah Jalla wa Ala is the strongest, so other than him is the weakest. Allah Jalla wa Ala is the capable, other than him is incapable and weak, and he is the greatest, other than him is as small as that, as incapable as that, as in need as that. He Jalla wa ala is the richest, all other than him is the poorest. He Jalla wa ala is the Almighty, other than him are slaves and having the attitude and the character and the needs of a slave. He is the truth to be worshipped, and other than him are worshipping him, and he is the truth, other than him is untruth and unreal. ذلك in Surah Luqman 30, ذلك بأن الله هو الحق. He is describing why to take him and not but him. ذلك بأن الله هو الحق وأن ما يدعون من دونه الباطل وأن الله هو العلي الكبير. In Surah Luqman, it explained in details how Allah is the greatest and none is greater than him, how is the highest and none is higher than him, how is he the big and none is bigger than him, how he is the most merciful and none is merciful than him. From that reality, it comes the fact that if he is the strongest, if he is Jalla wa ala the strongest, if he is Jalla wa ala the strongest, it means that any kind of strength is from his strength. Any kind of strength is from his strength. And being the most capable, so capability to do anything is from his capability. He is the one giving anybody capable to do anything is fully from his capability. And also being the most merciful, any kind of mercy being seen or felt in any of his creatures is from his mercy. And also being the most to know any kind of knowledge is from his knowledge, and any kind of unlimited, extremely great knowledge can be seen around us. We have to refer it back to his Lord, to his knowledge. Our Lord has the greatest knowledge, so any kind of knowledge known to any of his slaves is from his knowledge. And also any kind of provision seen around us, either the type of the provision of itself or the cause of that provision itself, all are from his provision. And the proof for that is in Surah Al-An'am. The proof for that is in Surah Al-An'am, where Allah Jalla wa ala is saying in Surah Al-An'am that ذَلِكُمُ اللَّهُ رَبُّكُمْ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا هُوَ خَالِقُ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ فَاعْبُدُوهُ وَهُوَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ وَكِيلٌ. In Surah Al-An'am 102, Allah is telling us that that's your Lord. That's your Lord, the creator of everything. You have to worship him because he is capable for anything, and you should take him for full reliance. In Surah Al-An'am, Allah Jalla wa ala is directing us to take him as the only for reliance, because he is the creator of everything, and we have to worship him alone and having no partner, because he deserves that. And also Allah Jalla wa ala is Al-Haqq, the truth. Al-Haqq الذي يستحق العبادة, who deserves worship. دون سواه, other than him doesn't deserve. Why? It is for his essence, his lordship, his beauty, his benevolent attitude, his high-ranked Almighty, and to him alone the all kinds of most beautiful names, attributes, and deeds. ليس كمثله شيء وهو السميع البصير. In Surah الشورى, verse 11. ليس كمثله شيء وهو السميع البصير. None resembling him, and he is the most hearing, the most seeing. And the cause for telling that after saying ليس كمثله شيء in Surah الشورى 11 ليس كمثله شيء وهو السميع البصير. Why he said after ليس كمثله شيء وهو السميع البصير? To tell that Allah Jalla wa Ala attributes are real. Allah Jalla wa Ala attributes involves the real meaning of the attribute. See, ليس كمثله شيء. None resemble him. Why? Because his attributes are real. That's why he said وهو السميع البصير. For example, if you say that person, his name is Kareem, the generous, he may not be at all has any relation with generosity. But Allah Jalla wa Ala, his attributes are real. That's why when he is saying ليس كمثله شيء, none resembling him, none is similar to him. Why? Because his attributes are real, and that's why he said وهو السميع البصير, all hearer, all seer. Understand? He Jalla wa Ala is the most wise, the most to have knowledge. He can do whatever he wants. He can judge according to what he wants. But we have to be well oriented that this is with the three things: according to his mercy, according to his mercy, according to his justice, according to his wisdom. So he's not going to do whatever he wants, and this means that being the slave, being disbeliever, Allah is going to immediately punish. No, he is going to treat that disbeliever with his justice, wisdom. He is a believer to Allah, he's going to treat him with his mercy, with his wisdom, and supply him with more favor, being believer, like that. So he is doing whatever he wants according to his will, but this is guided by his mercy, his justice, and his wisdom. Allah Jalla wa Ala, the first, and then before him was present. So he is the starting of anything, He is the first before anything. So when you ask about anything, you try to refer to the first. Who is before that? Who is before that? Who is before that? Stop it. Allah is the first, none before him. He is the first before any other first. And he is the last, after which none is the last. He is the last. And he is the most prominent, none above him. So he is al-awwal qabla kulli shay, the first, none before him. الآخر بعد كل شيء. None is after him. الظاهر فوق كل شيء. He is above anything. He is the most prominent, none above him. الباطن دون كل شيء. So anything hidden is totally known by him, is totally clear to him. So none can deceive him, none can hide anything from him. He can know any hidden thing, being al-batin. And so he is al-alim, the most concerning knowledge, knowing everything, any meticulous thing in his world he can know. He knows about all his universe. And that's why in Surah Al-Hadid, Allah Jalla wa Ala is saying, هو الأول والآخر, from 1 to 3, هو الأول والآخر والظاهر والباطن وهو بكل شيء عليم. We can bring Surah Al-Hadid in order to reach the roots of Tawhid, or the pillars of Tawhid. We refer everything to Allah. We refer everything to Allah. So what is the pillars of Tawhid, Arkan al-Tawhid? I want to know how to be monotheistic. It includes 3 items, 3 important items. These 3 items are: number 1, al-i'tiqad, the belief, and number 2, al-qawl, the saying, to say, and number 3, al-amal, to act by that you came to know. Let us analyze these. Al-i'tiqad, the belief, is by the heart. The heart, to believe is to know. So knowledge is through the heart, to know correctly about his Lord. By your heart you should believe the things you are reading or you are seeing or reach to you by authentic sources, Quran and authentic Sunnah. These are knowledge. This knowledge you should accept by your heart, to believe that Allah is one, that Allah is the Lord, that Allah is the Creator, that Allah is the Master of all, that Allah is self-sufficient, that He is Almighty. All these are knowledge. This knowledge you should receive it by your heart in order to believe. Not only read it by your eyes or hear it by your ears. This type of knowledge should be received by the heart. It should be received by the heart, to be accepted and to be believed, and to tell the jawarih to work by. Because you came to believe, you should act, proving that belief. I am believing, I should by that belief behave. My behavior reflect my belief. So the heart is the source of receiving knowledge. That knowledge received by the heart, I can't keep it in my heart to be hidden there. It should be pronounced by my mouth as words. the knowledge gained and kept in the heart should be pronounced by the tongue, the so-called al-qawl. So al-qawl is pronunciation by the tongue with what the heart is believing. So if I am believing and I said it, I should behave by my limbs accordingly. So comes the amal. Al-amal is to work by that, to act by that knowledge you gain through your behavior. You are behaving as a true Muslim, knowing what are the orders you should obey and what are the things you should not do. To do that and not to do that are al-amal, the act of the knowledge comes to your heart, pronounced by your tongue, should be done by your jawarih or limbs. These are pillars of Tawhid. Person or a slave not doing with these rules are not considered proper Muslim. See, now we have examples. This is a kind of knowledge. What is the reflection of that? Pronouncing, believing by the heart, pronouncing by the tongue, behaving by jawarih indicates a true Muslim. Knowing these data and not doing and behaving by, he isn't a true Muslim. He isn't a true Muslim. To know and to behave is a true Muslim. To know and not performing one of the three pillars, believing, saying, behaving, he is not considered Muslim. And if he is quite sure of monotheism but not working or doing by, he is considered to be kafir, disbeliever, full of arrogance, like Pharaoh and the Iblis. Iblis, Shaitan, and Pharaohs, they know, they were very well oriented that Allah is unique in His names, attributes, deeds. But they were full of arrogance, not behaving according to that knowledge as a slave. So they are considered disbelievers. The third category is that, or the fourth category is that, to know and to pretend that he is a Muslim, but inside his heart he is not believing. So that is a hypocritic, the worst of the four groups. Now we are going to analyze the groups into four categories. The first category, the true Muslim. The real true Muslim. Who is that? Who is oriented by what Allah ordered him, believing, agreeing for what he believes, so say it by his tongue, behaving with his limbs. So he is a true Muslim. He came to know the orders, he is believing in these orders, behaving accordingly, pronounce it. This is the true Muslim. Then comes number two. the opposite. He is well-oriented, knowing, and refuse to do with. This is kafir, the disbeliever, like Pharaoh and Iblis. Now comes the third one. He pretends to be a Muslim, but inside his heart he is not believing. This is the worst of the all. He is the munafiq, al-hypocritic. And the fourth one is a Muslim, but not fulfilling the full orders to him. So he is not a good Muslim. أخل, number 4. أخل بشيء من الأركان. He is not fulfilling exactly and correctly these pillars. That one is not true Muslim. He isn't a Muslim who is not agreeing is not Muslim. Who is agreeing for full agreement for the 3 items, he is a true Muslim. If he is telling that Allah is really monotheistic, but I'll not behave as, he is disbeliever, like Pharaoh and Iblis. Who is pretending to be monotheistic, just pretending, and he is really behaving from his inside, he is not believing, that one is the worst. He is the hypocritic. That's why Allah Jalla wa Ala in Surah Al-An'am number 102, in Surah Al-An'am 102, Allah Jalla wa Ala is saying, ذَلِكُمْ اللَّهُ رَبُّكُمْ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا هُوَ خَالِقُ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ فَاعْبُدُوهُ وَهُوَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ وَكِيلٌ. We have said it before, that's your Lord. None is resembling him or similar to him, the creator of everything. You should worship him because he is the most to be taken as full reliance. هو على كل شيء وكيل. From that we can say and realize that Tawhid and the Iman, we have to join between these 2 items, at-Tawhid and al-Iman, belief and monotheism. It is the greatest grace from Allah to be given to a slave, but none has that grace, none has that fadl from Allah. Allah Jalla wa Ala has treasures. These treasures are uncountable. The greatest, most honorable jewels, the highest in its value, is monotheism. If Allah treasures is considered like jewels, monotheism is the greatest of all in its value and in its effect and in its rank concerning Allah estimation Jalla wa Ala. هو أعظم شيء في خزائن الله جل وعلا. If Allah has treasures, this is the greatest, the most honorable, the most valuable of all his treasures. So if a slave was, I don't want to say lucky, but if a slave is honored by that, I mean he is monotheistic and quite sure about monotheism to be only for Allah, he should thank Allah for that, because it is Allah's grace to him. He should thank Allah, and he should benefit from being monotheistic, and he should keep it from being spoiled or from being affected. And it is easily affected by polytheism, and it can be stolen from him. It can be stolen. It is a treasure. It is a treasure. So, to know that this is a treasure, you should be very cautious about it. It may be stolen from you. It may be surrounded by thieves, and it can be robbed from you. You know, robbery? It is all around us. Just to convince you that why are you doing that? Why are you so restricted to that? Why are you considered to be as restricted as that? It is not easy to treat or to behave or to behave with you or to share you or anything. You are always meticulous. You are always keen for everything to be exactly Allah likes or not. This is not good. It is boring. So it can be easily affected by others. It can be robbed. Your monotheism can be robbed. It can be spoiled. It can be spoiled by being polytheistic with others, even with your very close to you persons whom you love, like kids, like husband, like parents, like rank, like money, like anything. So it can be easily stolen. It can be easily spoiled. It can be easily robbed. Allah Jalla wa Ala said it in Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse 3, اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا. Today I have completed your deen. I've completed your, in Ma'idah verse 3, I've completed your deen, and I have give you all my grace, and I accept Islam to be your accepted religion. Allah Jalla wa Ala is saying, Al-Yawma, that day, I have completed for you your religion. I have described to you all things related to your deen, so that you should be oriented that it is from Allah's grace for you to know everything about your religion perfectly. So your religion is now perfect. Allah Jalla wa Ala has perfected it for you as a Muslim. He completed His grace and His favor upon all of us by being Muslims and by being favored to choose Islam as your religion. And so we have to remind ourselves with that. We have to remind ourselves that it is from Allah mercy, it is from Allah grace, it is from Allah uncountable gifts to us that He completed His grace by completing our deen to us. So this is from His mercy, to let you be able to declare your Islam and to be completed for you. Before Muhammad, may Allah exalt his mention, died, he spoke and analyzed the meticulous things Allah Jalla wa Ala revealed him through by that deen. So that deen includes to be monotheistic. Monotheistic, it includes two categories: to know about Allah, the so-called Tawhid في المعرفة والإثبات, and number two, to believe in Him alone as your own God to be worshipped, the so-called Tawhid في القصد والطلب. Again, before finishing that lesson, تحقيق التوحيد. How can I achieve being monotheistic? How can I achieve being monotheistic? The monotheism whom all prophets and messengers call for is divided into two categories. The first one is توحيد في المعرفة والإثبات. To know and to prove. To know the capabilities of Allah Jalla wa'ala and to prove it. And both are related to Allah Jalla wa'ala, His Lordship, His names, His attributes. And that, so you came to know. And you are proving that. So it is called توحيد الربوبية والأسماء والصفات. It is called the توحيد الربوبية والأسماء والصفات. So in another word, I am worshipping Allah by His deeds. I worship Allah by His deeds. توحيد Allah جل وعلا بأفعاله. So it is related to Allah totally. توحيد أقسام التوحيد: توحيد الربوبية والأسماء والصفات. توحيد الربوبية والأسماء والصفات. So it is fully speaking about Allah. It is speaking about His Lordship, His names, His attributes. So that kind is considered knowledge and proof. Knowledge and proof. المعرفة والإثبات. What is this? المعرفة والإثبات. I am getting knowledge, proper knowledge about Allah, and I'm proving. I am proving that these things I came to know is correct. I am believing the knowledge I gained about my Lord. What is this knowledge? Concerning His Lordship, concerning His names, concerning His attributes. I am proving both in my heart and reflected on my mouth by talking, by saying, and all my jawarih by behaving. Comes to prove is the second portion. But the first portion is knowledge about Allah. Knowledge and proving. I am worshipping Allah by His deeds. Tawhid Allah بأفعاله. Because the second portion is Tawhid Allah بأفعال العباد. The second portion is worship Allah by His slave deeds. So the two items of Tawheed is two portions. The first is توحيد الربوبية والأسماء والصفات. I am proving, I am having knowledge and prove that knowledge. المعرفة, knowledge. الإثبات, proof. To prove what I came to know is quite correct. So the first category is called توحيد المعرفة والإثبات. Proving what I gain about Allah knowledge, and I am I gain that knowledge and proving it. المعرفة والإثبات. معرفة what? Knowing what? Allah Lordship, His names, His attributes. توحيد الربوبية, Lordship, والأسماء والصفات. And Allah names and attributes. So everything about Allah. So I am worshipping Allah by His deeds. So the first category is Tawhid al-Rububiyyah wal-Asma' wal-Sifat. Another name is Tawhid في المعرفة والإثبات. I am gaining knowledge, I am proving this knowledge, I am believing this knowledge. توحيد في المعرفة والإثبات. إثبات what? A knowledge about what? Proving the reality of Allah's essence, His names, His attributes, His deeds, and being monotheistic in that. So I am believing and worship Allah by His deeds, by His names, by His attributes. Like what? Like creation, like provision, like capability to cause alive and death, like capability to let these things be created, these things to cause death to them. So I am proving what Allah proved for Himself and what His Prophet proves for Him. From what? From His names, from His deeds, from His attributes, in a way suitable for Allah Majesty, Allah High Ranked, Allah Knowledge, Allah Jalla wa Ala as the greatest only Lord in the whole universe. In doing that, I should avoid 3 points. I should avoid things. It should be بلا تكييف أو تعطيل أو تمثيل. I should prove that Allah has hands, has eyes, has face. I should prove that because Allah told us that about Him in His Quran and authentic Sunnah. When proving that, I should not resemble Him with any. This is tamthil. I should not make Him resemble any. Or I should never deny. No, impossible, Allah is similar to us. From the very beginning, why you make it similar? And the result of that, you stopped it, which is ta'til. Because first, He made tamthil, then He denied. So He said, no. Or takyif. What is takyif? For example, when He say, Yadullah fawqa aydina. Allah's hand is above our hand. So you are saying, no, Allah didn't mean His hand. He mean His strength. So you are changing the name according to what you think, because you deny that for Allah. It is not also accepted. It is not also accepted. Again, the first category, we are proving everything comes in Quran and authentic Sunnah to Allah concerning His names, concerning His deeds, concerning His attributes. Deeds like what? Like creation, like giving provision, like capability to cause death or to cause creation. This is only for Allah, and none but Him deserves that. What Allah proves for Himself, what His Prophet proves, we are all accepting, agreeing, believing. Doing that without resembling Him with any, without changing that to that, without stopping that, denying that. What Allah Jalla wa Ala prove for himself, we have to prove. What Allah Jalla wa Ala make it denied, we should deny it. According to Surah Ash-Shura, لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ وَهُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْبَصِيرُ. None resembling him, and he is the most hearer, the most seer. So, concerning his hearing, none resemble him in his hearing. Concerning his strength, none resemble him concerning his strength. None resemble him concerning his capability. None resemble him neither in his lordship, names, deeds, attributes. So the net result is that we are worshipping Allah by his deeds. This is the first category. And now the second category is that which is called Tawhid al-Uluhiyya wal-Ibadah, or al-Qasd wal-Talab. I mean that thing for Allah. What is that thing? To love only Allah, to fear only Allah, to ask reliance only for Allah, to seek any kind of provision only from Allah. So my aim is only from him. Whether my prayer, whether my fasting, my sharing, any kind of worship, it is from the slave to his Lord. So it is called the Tawhid Allah بأفعال عباده. Worship Allah by the deeds of his slaves, like praying, fear, love, hoping, slavering, any kind of worship, all kinds of worship the slaves should done. It should be unique in that only for Allah. So I am worshipping Allah with certainty that he and none but him, the only deserve that kind of worship. He deserve it and none but him deserve. And I should never ever shift any kind of worship deeds towards any but Allah Jalla wa Ala. Why? Because in Surah Al-Mu'minun 107, Surah Al-Mu'minun, Allah is saying وَمَن يَدْعُ مَعَ اللَّهِ إِلَهًا آخَرَ لَا بُرْهَانَ لَهُ بِهِ فَإِنَّمَا حِسَابُهُ عِنْدَ رَبِّهِ إِنَّهُ لَا يُفْلِحُ الْكَافِرُونَ. Any is going to worship other with Allah, that other, he has nothing about him concerning his capability, concerning his deeds, concerning anything related to that other, he should expect to be asked from Allah, and any disbelievers never succeed. So finally, we can say Tawhid al-Rububiyyah is to worship Allah by his names, deeds, attributes. Tawhid al-Rububiyyah, Tawhid al-Rabb Jalla wa Ala بأسمائه وصفاته وأفعاله. Tawhid al-Rububiyyah, lordship monotheism, is to worship Allah with his deeds, with his names, with his attributes. Tawhid al-Uluhiyyah, worship Allah alone with his slaves' deeds, like prayer, like supplication, like sharing, like that. That is Tawhid al-Rububiyyah wa al-Uluhiyyah. We are going to stop here to continue next time, inshallah. جزاكم الله خيرا بارك الله فيكم سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.